we have discussed on planning, effective planning. See, India wants to host 2036 Olympics. See, it is 10 years, 12 years now. From now, it is 13 years they have to plan for next Olympics. So it takes lots of resources and a lot of meetings and the financial commitment on the side of the host and the players and the world and all champions. All this have to come together in one place, and the Olympics should happen. So it's a big plan which India has made, and it needs lots of uh, resources and scheduling of the games, and then the budget allocation, and then the judges, audience, all this. It is a big decisions India is taking to host Olympics in 2036. So the decisions, it is a primary job of a manager. Every day we need to make many decisions, and we do take many decisions personally and the professionally as well, whether it is right, wrong, or the mistakes. It is a part of a decision. So the decision is something we choose, whether it is a right or wrong, or uh, good or bad, or anything. It's an action we take out of the available alternatives. So the process of making the best out of available alternatives is called a decision. Decision making is a very difficult job many times, because there are varied intentions, impulses, intuitions, and there are many experiences have put in to make a certain decision. So the many decisions will not be so easy as plain as we talk. So it includes so many dilemmas in our decision making due to the varied interest. In a country like us, in a democracy, there are many opinions need to be considered, and before making a major decision, it has to be discussed in the parliament or the public body, or the time should be given. All this, there is a procedure to go on. So the most successful decision makers have to consider all these experiences before making a decision. So the what is a decision making? Anyone? Decision making, ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳು. Many times we have to take many decisions in our lifetime.
Choosing the most appropriate alternative and moving ahead.
Yes, future is uncertain, and we are making decisions for the future. There are thinking that it will be favorable to us, or it will be in the condition where we have considered for the decision. So perfect decisions are there are many life decision, career decision, yeah, the public health, society. All these are various decisions where we come across. So great decisions may not be always like a fairy tale or a movie, or it is not a fiction. It is the reality. You have to be ready to face the consequences. uh, the whatever the decision you take, it will be attached with many consequences with the stakeholders. So the decisions we take may have an impact on the children, may have impact on the parents, may have impact on the family, it may have an impact on the society. So the decision making will be very difficult under these circumstances, because there are many contradictory goals. and there may be many the dilemmas involved. So to achieve the goals and to avoid mistakes, we need to make many decisions. So no one makes the right decision every time, but developing your decision making skills, you can increase your success rate. So how do you develop this decision making skills? Every day we make, but we will not think about it. Every day we plan. Every day we cook. We plan our everyday life. We travel. We work. We come back. We meet family, friends, community. All this every day we do. Every day it runs, but there is so much of effort which have involved in planning that to happen and to decide what should happen. All these are the prime decisions where we need to take as a human being. So qualities. What are the qualities of a decision maker? What are the qualities you may expect from a decision maker? Human being, what are the characteristics? All good things you can think of. So what is intuition here? What is intuition? Anyone? Because last session was completely the
Yes, strong.
one-sided. Let's have some input from all the teacher participants here.
Yeah, it's a strong gut feeling that this could be the outcome, like that gut feel.
Yes, yes. For an example, can you give an example for this gut feeling? Gut feeling.
Like our students, if they are
Mm,
like very much prepared for the exam and they
mm,
are hopeful of scoring good marks,
mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
provided they have put their efforts.
yeah.
Yeah, that could be the intuition, or based on our previous experiences, we expect certain outcome.
Mm,
Like this time also, I might expect this thing like that.
yeah. Intuition. It is a gut feeling which says that will happen. There is no logic for this. There is no logic. Say there is a cat passing on the road, and you feel that something bad will happen or something good will happen. There is no logic for that. It is. It may be superstitious. Still, you feel that whenever the cat passes when on the road, this will happen. Or it is a gut feeling that says the thing, the future course of action that will happen. Or you may wearing a certain color of dress or certain color. Yeah, it may be superstition belief which has no logic or a science to substantiate this. But people have a gut feeling to say that yeah, if she does this, this will happen. And there's a sixth sense. Yeah. Many times that will match coincide. It is may not be always true, but sometimes it coincides with the events which are happening. Maybe say sixth sense, there is a love at first sight which they call. When they see the person, they'll know that they are made for each other. They're for lifelong. All these are the sense which they feel inside. That's called intuition, sixth sense, gut feeling. Yeah, which has no logic to explain. You just feel that he'll cheat you. Yeah, you just feel that he's not good. By seeing his face, you will think that that person is not good with intention. All these are the gut feeling or the intuition, or it may be positive also, sometimes negative also. Positive maybe you feel that yeah, you are friend for lifetime, friend for together, or this relationship works, or this will not work, or my baby will study well by doing so. All these are the positive ones also, and there may be negative ones also, you can call as belief. Yeah, belief or superstition or whatever, sixth sense, gut feeling, intuition. Yeah, people have some feeling which cannot be explained, yeah, with any logic or reason. So being empathetic, what is empathetic? Standing in the shoes of others. What is empathetic?
Showing kindness, understanding their problem and showing kindness to them.
It is not only kindness, you stand in their place and see how they feel. It may be good or bad. It may be, yeah, anything. You be in their position and see, you become a parent and see how your parents will feel like. Yeah, when we become parents only, we will understand how difficult it is. That is being empathetic. Standing in, maybe there is no parents for some children. You be in their position and see their problems. That is being empathetic. So there are some people who are unhealthy. Being in their position and see their problem is being empathetic. So some problems need all this human side of uh, decision making, not only logic or a rational decision. Because in all the businesses, we make rational decisions. Rational, what is rational decisions? Rational decision making. We call it as a rational decision making. Why do we call it as a rational decision making?
We make it with some sense, madam.
Rational decision making will not be prejudiced, biased. Yeah, we will not be differentiating based on the gender, based on the color of the skin, based on the regionality, based on the caste, race, religion. Will not be biased. So that is called rational decision making. When we work in an organization, say, imagine you are a CM of Karnataka, you have, yeah, crores of people where you have to take a decision. The decision which you take will impact so many people. So when you are at that position, the decisions taken by the authority should be rational, and it should not be biased towards some of the categories, some of the this thing. It should be for the larger interest, or to the underprivileged, or whatever the principles you have it in your decision making. That will reflect when you make a decision. So being empathetic is, there are many underprivileged people where you will stand in their position and see how difficult for them the life is. So it is analytical skill and knowledge. Analytical. When you are analytical, what do you do? Analytical thinking. Opposite of, you have a reason, you have a logic here. Yeah, see, they say when you think so many things about the love and the consequences, people will not love at all, because they'll think of all the consequences which will happen when they start loving. So they will not, the love relation cannot be an analytical relationship. So it is an intuition, or it is more of a human kind of emotion involved in such kind of decision. When you think of analytical or directive or behavioral conceptual style of thinking, you will end up listing out all the possibilities, all the consequences, what will happen, what will not happen, how it will happen, how good, how bad, yeah, whether it will work, whether it will not work. All this will make there will not be any relationship at all. There will be only calculations. So the decision maker should be, yeah, when we take a decision, you should be rational decision when you have a organizational decision making. But when you have a personal decision making, or everyday decisions which we take in a life, we may be empathetic, we may be intuition, or we may be more of behavioral kind of decision making. So be honest when you make a decision. It is to be your concise. Concise is you are answerable to yourself. If not anyone, yeah, if no one is seeing, you know what's going on within you, what you are deciding it. So you are answerable to your conscience. If no one is watching also, you are answerable to yourself. So accept the responsibility. The decisions which you take and its consequences, you have to, yeah, take the responsibility. That's what I have taken, and I will uphold the spirit of the decision. All these are the responsibility individually you have to take. Otherwise you take decision and you blame it on others, pass it on others. That will not, yeah, when there are so many people in an organization, you make a decision and you pass it on to your subordinate, your superior. He said, you said, without naming them, you just put it on others. So authority and responsibility goes hand in hand. Wherever there is an authority, there is a responsibility. You are an authority to make a decision. You are also a responsible for whatever the decision and the consequences of the decision. So the consequences will be after effects of the decisions which you have taken. Yeah, it may be good or bad, neutral, nothing, or anything can happen. So use time wisely. Timely decision is very important. It means uh, correct decisions at the right time. If you delay it, there may be some havoc in a organization which may disturb the entire environment. Yeah. So use time wisely. Timely decision. Planning and decision making goes hand in hand. So you have planned many things. Now you have to, yeah, make a decision. Available alternatives, you have to choose the best one. So when we make our decision, you should be confident enough to take the responsibility, because you are an authority and the responsibility follows. So it may be good or bad decision. So bad decisions may be confused, unsure, unclear, perplexed, disoriented, bewildered, lost somewhere. You don't know what you are doing, what you are thinking. You are lost somewhere. Yeah, some unclear goals, unrealistic expectations, unnecessary actions. All this, yeah, many times we lose our mind and we will be prejudiced, biased. Yeah, sometimes we may take wrong decisions, which leads to wrong decisions. And recently, the mobile is an issue. Yeah, the parents handling children not using social media, reels, YouTube, all this are leading to many suicide attempts by the students. And even the pressure of scoring high marks in NEET, JEE, or also say in Rajasthan quota, in 2023 itself, there are 25 suicide cases by second PUC students. So these are the things which are happening because of the bad decisions or wrong decisions, some unclear decisions by the parents, by the students, by the children. All these are things which are uncontrollable. We don't know the real reason because we are just seeing the event from as a third party. We are not into it and we don't know in and out of it, and we cannot make any conclusion out of, yeah, who is wrong, who is good. All this very difficult to make a decision. So next, say certainty, uncertainty, risk, ambiguity appear synonyms, many terms here. The certainty is opposite of uncertainty. It means certainty where you have more information to make decision. Say everyday decisions, everyday routine decisions. in an organization, taking class, evaluation, or yeah, all these are the routine decisions. So certainty, there are more number of information available on which class, where, which hour, all this. Yeah, the timetable gives the certainty. Uncertainty is where there is no such information available, opposite of certainty, where failure of decision is higher, where in certainty the failure of decision is low, and there will be always routine decisions, and there is a possibility of success of the decision. But risk, what is risk here? Risk in a decision making. The decision as yeah, the future outcome associated with this as a matter of chance. The future outcome we cannot predict. Risk. Yeah, there may be a certain information which is not available. So the risk here is the information required to make a decision is not available. So the future outcome associated with this decision, yeah, we make a decision, say uniform in our colleges. Yeah, that's a decision taken. The risk attached to this, that is unknown. Yeah, we don't know whether the students will take it positively or negatively or whatever the, yeah, all this midday meal scheme. Yeah, it's a decision taken. And the risk attached to this, the hygiene, or there is a cleanliness, and the protein intake, or whatever. There are many discussions which are going on this. Vegetarian, non-vegetarian, all these are the things which have been, yeah, there is so much of risk attached with this kind of decision. Whether they'll take it positively, negatively, all these are the things which has to be discussed. And over the time it will come to know. But there is some uncertainty, there is a risk attached for this kind of decision. Ambiguity, where your you cannot define the problem itself, or you don't know what's happening. Yeah, confused state of mind. Yeah, ambiguity is the goals are not clear, and it is very difficult to define. Information available is not sufficient to arrive at the conclusion. So people are in an ambiguity. They don't know. Yeah, which leads to dilemma. Dilemma is it may be good or bad. Yeah, between the two good or between the two bads, you cannot decide. You cannot decide between, yeah, deciding between good and bad is easier, but deciding between too good and too bad, it will be difficult. So ambiguity is a state of dilemma where there is a unclear information, alternatives are not identified. Yeah, to take any decision, first you should identify the problem. So problem defined clearly is half solved. So you cannot, here you cannot decide the problem itself. So failure of the decision is higher here. Yeah, in uncertainty, risk, ambiguity, the failure of the decision will be higher because very less information is available to make a decision. So programmed and structured decisions, it is everyday routine decisions are called programmed decision. Programmed decision andre every day it is programmed. So even if you like it or not, it will run. It is like the digestive system in a body. When you eat, it will digest, it will come out. It's a programmed. Every day it will happen. Non-programmed decisions are some decisions which are unusual, not routine, and you need to take it once in a while. So this kind of decision, say there is some plant shutdown, no production happening. You have heard Manesar plant in Maruti Manesar plant, the union strike. The union members were on strike for the hike of the salary in a Manesar plant, And there were so many discussions between the management and the union leaders. Nothing worked out. Finally, one fine day, the union employees, pulled the manager out of his cabin, and they poured the petrol and they burnt him alive. This is a live case which happened in the Maruti Suzuki plant called Manesar, which manufacture Desire cars. That fellow is from IAMB. He is a manager at the top. His IAMB skills, whatever he has learned, did not work out in that situation. They burnt him alive. So this happens in manufacturing setup. Non-programmed or unstructured decisions, all your skills, all your experiences, all your the IAM caption or Harvard, Starward captions will go in a way when such situations. Mob don't have brains. They don't listen. They don't think. They do whatever they want. They just pulled him out. They poured the petrol and they burnt him alive. And every time, even in Reed Taylor or in South Indian paper factory in Nanjangud, every 3 years, the employees go on strike for a salary hike. There will be a union meetings and there will be a management meeting, and finally they come to a one number consensus, and then they'll start working again. So these kind of decisions are non-programmed or unstructured decisions, which will not be taking every day. And these decisions has a huge impact on the performance of an employee, or the decisions which in an organization takes place. All these are the say helmet rules. The pillion driver also should have wear an helmet. All this government comes with some unrealistic or realistic rules and regulations. As a government changes, the rules also changes. All these are the one-time decisions where government takes non-programmed or unstructured decisions. Seat belt may be the case, or ISI mark in the helmet, or the use of the safety instructions. All these are the things every government comes and takes every time. So the decision making goes through these 6 steps. It is same thing applicable as the planning. You may go through all the steps if you required, or you may skip the steps if you are proficient enough to make the decision. So it is may not be always required to go through all the 6 steps, but as authoritative have suggested, there are 6 steps in decision making. First is identifying the problem. Identifying the problem is define the problem clearly, then it is half solved. So if the diagnosis need to be done properly, say there is some heart pain. The problem may be related to the heart or blood pressure, sugar, whatever. The diagnosis need to be done, without which the doctor cannot advise. So there will be a scanning or a ECG or a TMT or whatever. All the W's and H need to be answered. Why the decision is necessary, what is the objective, what can be, how it will help, whom it will affect, when does it need to be made. Say absenteeism is an issue in an organization, so they have to organize what is the problem with an employee, whether he has a problem with the supervisor, whether he has a problem in the working group, or whether he has a problem in a family, whether he has a problem in the way he commute, travel, or health issues, anything. There may be many reasons behind absenteeism of a student or a employee. So all this need to be diagnosed. Diagnosing is, say doctor cannot say what's happening inside the stomach without getting the blood report or urine report or ultrasound report. So the diagnosis is very important. They'll do all the tests and give you the report. This is positive, this is negative, this is highly, this is moderate, this is average. Then only doctor can suggest these are the problems and this need to be addressed. So diagnosis is identifying the problem areas where the problem, and see where the problem is, actual problem is. So it's make a conscious effort to see the situation in a problem, and then suggesting. How do you suggest that is to generate alternatives. How do you generate alternatives? Say absenteeism is a problem. What are the alternatives you have? How do you generate alternatives? Options, good options, bad options, neutral options, anything you can give. You list all the options. Out of that, you choose the best one. So the options may be working online or the coming in a flexi hours. See, in Bangalore, they have a traffic issue. They have a flexi hours, working from home. Yeah. Flexi hours, any 8 hours an employee can work. Or the working from home, only 3 days you go to the office nowadays after COVID, and then other 3 days you work from home, because they need to get adjusted to the normal way of working. So you generate all the alternatives. Out of that, you screen the alternatives. Screen, how do you screen it? You have 10 alternatives which you have generated. Out of that, you have to choose one. How do you choose this? Based on your experience, based on your knowledge, based on industry standards, yeah, industry expertise, yeah, knowing what is working for others, what is common in in your company. All this can be an option. So here you may come across errors in screening. Yeah, errors in idea screening or the information screening. So you may come across go error and a drop error. You may go with the wrong alternative, that is go error, or you may drop the best alternative, that is drop error. Yeah, you think that because of your limited knowledge, limited exposure, limited experience, you may think that this is the good, or this person is good. You may go with the wrong person, thinking that it is good. Yeah, that is go error. Or by overconfidence, or your gut feeling, intuition, whatever, yeah, you may drop the good one. Go with the wrong one or drop the good one. That may happen while screening the alternatives. So we may make an error here itself before making the decision itself. We may make many errors, and the decision may be wrong. Yeah, it happens in many divorce cases in India are increasing. Yeah, there may be a go error or a drop error or someone else choice, or there may be many other priorities which may come across instead of the marriage. Yeah, there may be many other reasons which may make a divorce of a relationship. So this is happening because of the go error or a drop error. Go with the wrong person or drop the right person. So next is the consider all the options. Write down pros and cons of each option. When we say rational decision making, there will be a logic, and there will be a rules and regulation where we will have a consequences listed down. So all this being listed down, write down the pros and cons of each option, see which is good, which is bad. Yeah, all this will see, all the decisions will go so many rounds of discussion. The public decisions the government takes will go through, yeah, so many several rounds of discussions with the authorities and the ministry, and then they finally pass the bill. All this will take time. Yeah, it is not immediate or instantaneous overnight decisions. So all this will have a you have to compromise with the value. If not, yeah, how do you go about your principles of organization or your value system? All this will have an impact. So when you make a decision, finally you make a decision and stick to it. And you have to evaluate and see whether it is working or not after some time. If not, you have to drop the decision. Yeah, you can change the decision, you can alter the decision, anything. You should not be so harsh on the decisions which you have taken. Everything as an option, and everything can be altered, everything can be changed, and over the time you just see whether it will work or not, and then you see that. And there are many types of decision which we come across. Satisficing. Satisficing is, what is satisficing? Satisficing, heuristics, intuition we have discussed already. What is satisficing decision? Anyone? Let me drink water. By then you just tell me. Satisfying decision gives a satisfactory or adequate result. Yeah. Intuition or a sixth sense, which we have discussed already. It is a gut feeling which tells that is correct or that is wrong. So it is just a feeling. Yeah, this feeling may be because of our previous experience or our exposure or our knowledge on that particular area or our studies and our family background, yeah, the culture. All this will influence this kind of decision. Heuristics. What is heuristics? Rule of thumb. What is heuristics? Anyone? Another 15 minutes you
Follow
have.
the
You can
decision as per the plan.
act
Act as per the plan.
act as per the plan. No. Rule of thumb. Heuristics. It is are doing same, so I will do the same. Our seniors in the college will do the same, are doing the same, so I will also continue doing the same. So there is no logic here, because your seniors are doing it, your parents are doing it, you would continue to do the same. There are many rituals, beliefs which have been continued even now without questioning. Without questioning, we just follow because our grandparents are doing, our parents are doing. Yeah. There is a story behind it. There was some father and the son, and he was performing puja every time. And there was a cat in his house. There was no mother, there was only father and the son. So, what father was doing, every time when he performs the puja, the cat used to go to the kitchen and drink milk. So, what he was doing was, he used to, yeah, get the cat and tie it in front of the puja, yeah, in puja hall. He used to tie the cat in front of the god, and then he used to perform the puja, because the cat used to go to the kitchen when he does the puja and used to drink the milk. The kid was seeing this when he was child. Yeah, every time he was seeing, whenever dad does the puja, he used to get the cat and tie the cat and he used to perform the puja. And over the time, the father died and the cat died, and this boy has become big. He wanted to do the puja, but there was no cat. He used to go to the neighbors and get the cat and get tie it before the god, and he used to perform the puja. Because he seen his dad doing the puja like that. So there was no logic, but he has seen this doing over the years, and whenever he thinks of performing a puja, he wants cat to be tied in front of the god and then to perform the puja. So this has been continued. This is because his seniors are doing it, he is to continue the same. So heuristics, there is no logic, because see, in the colleges also, seniors are doing, and the junior students also does this. And they say, because seniors are doing it, we are doing it. And it continues even in the employment also. There is some fellow who is about to retire, he is doing some job without any logic, and that will be continued by the junior subordinates also. Because his senior was doing the same, he will continue. And even the corruption, bribery, all this will continue. Yeah, because seniors are doing it. And the juniors see this and they continue, they take it for granted. They think that that is the way of working. And the corruption or the bribery, this is also been continued over the period in some departments. And we have seen this, we have experienced this. And that is called rule of thumb. Because say in police, the authority, they follow this strict line of authority. Seniors are doing it and juniors will also continue to do, because seniors are being tortured by their superiors, and even their juniors will also do the all household work, driving, all this will be passed on to the junior police where there is a strict authority. So heuristics is rule of thumb, where the seniors in a company are doing it, and the juniors also continue to do it. So taking no decision is also a decision. Sometimes you can imagine, in a family, if you ask 100 questions, they will not reply at all. They will not take any decision. So even taking no decision is also a decision. They'll be mom, and you ask 100 times, they don't reply, and they continue to do the same. And taking no decision is also a decision, that they have decided not to take a decision. So delaying a decision is also a decision. In a government election agenda, yeah, they'll have so many things, and delaying a decision. Yeah, after they win or after they lose, they have so many things to do, and delaying a decision is also a decision. It is also a one of the type of the decision. So decision is not only deciding good or bad, or the clear or unclear. It is not taking decision is also a decision, or delaying a decision is also a decision, and being quiet, yeah, being mum is also a decision. Postponing a decision is also a decision. See, many times in the marriage proposal comes, they will not reply. Yeah, the postponing. That is also a decision they are taking for their life. And these are all the decisions which people take in an organization. So creativity in decision making. Edward de Bono is an author. He has written these books. Yeah, different thinking styles, out of the box thinking, lateral thinking, parallel thinking, six thinking ads. These are the different books by the author Edward de Bono, who has written different thinking styles for decision making. So instead of only thinking in a one way, or the single mindset, or strict rules and regulations, or one-sided thinking, you think of out of the box. The problem has many solutions. You just need to go out of the box and see, yeah, where you can fit in. And lateral thinking, parallel thinking, 6 thinking hats. 6 thinking hats, he has identified 6 different colors in a hat. In a Indian cricket team, he applied this 6 thinking hats decision making. The blue hat thinks of the process, white hat thinks of the facts, red hat thinks of the feelings, green hat thinks of the creativity, yellow hat thinks of the benefits, black hat cautions. All these are the different books, yeah, by Edward de Bono. If you have a free time, you can go through this good reading by the Edward de Bono on thinking styles. Yeah, so the out of the box thinking, instead of being in a stereotype or in a the stagnant environment, you just go out of the uh, situation, go out of the environment and think the solution and come back. See, many companies nowadays are organizing meetings outside. Yeah, there are many resorts. Instead of sitting in the cubicles or in the boardroom, people are going out, yeah, and doing many creative activities for learning and training. Many companies are adopting many different thinking styles. So all these are different thinking styles which have been used. See here, one of the out of the box thinking which have been given. A woman gave birth to 2 sons who were born on the same hour of the same day of the same year, were not twins. How is this possible? So he is born same time as yeah, this is possible. So there can be, yeah, the twins means two. Yeah, there can be triplets, yeah. So there can be more than 2 kids which can be uh, which are there, yeah, in the same time, same hour, same day, same year, may not be twins always. So the thinking styles can also be, yeah, directive style, analytical style, conceptual style, and a behavioral style. So the directive style, what is directive style? Each has its own limitations, advantages and limitations here. Yeah, the tolerance of ambiguity will be higher as you go analytical than low in directive style of thinking. Yeah, the way of thinking will be rational to a intuition. Behavioral style will be intuition and directive style will be rational. So directive style driven by result and aggressive nature and prefers to make directions alone, and intuition nature. But in analytical style, yeah, committed to find the best answer in analytical style, enjoys problem solving. Yeah, it is innovative, thrives to control. Yeah, enjoys varieties of challenges. All this are the, yeah, analytical style of thinking. And in conceptual style, abstract. Yeah, you will be achievement oriented, creative, achievement. You have to achieve it faster, and abstract style of thinking, things in the future. Yeah, behavioral style, more of a human team player, empathetic in nature. Yeah, looks for others' advice, looks for people. Yeah, and a good communicator. You want to convince others, rely on the right people, right person, or you think of experiences. All these are the different styles of thinking which you may come across. So here, see, this we have discussed before. Certainty, opposite of uncertainty. Here, the failure will be lower failure of decision will be higher in uncertainty, and there will be a risk and ambiguity. Yeah, level of ambiguity and chances of making bad decision, yeah, will be higher. Risk will be higher when you have very less information and there is an ambiguity, dilemma. Yeah, dilemma. You don't know what is good or bad. You are confused state of mind. Yeah, you will not answer. You will be thinking and you will be lost in your thinking. You cannot take any decision. So these kind of decisions will lead to the failure of a decision. Whatever you take, finally you will not be successful, because there are so much of chance occurrence of chance may be the good or bad. Chance is again a not certainty. Chance may be a probability of occurrence. Probability of occurrence is a risk. So there may be a, and next moving on, group decision making. Yeah, group decision making. When we individually take decision, that is individual decision making. That is also called rational decision making. Group decision making. See, India is a democratic country. All the decisions, views, opinions are discussed thoroughly. Yeah, largest democracy. You will have a voice of people are taken into consideration. We have a representatives, yeah, leaders. Everything will be discussed. So group decision making in an organization, there can be a bureaucratic organization where they may have a autocratic style of leadership. Yeah, Hitler, autocratic style of leadership, where whatever they decide, they will send it to the lower level. There may be a participatory style of leadership, that is called the group decision making. Yeah, where the opinions, views of employees are considered, and that will be taken care while making a decision. So the different types of group decision making followed in an organization are the brainstorming, Delphi technique, devil's advocate, multiple advocacy. Take up one by one. Brainstorming. Brainstorming is the group of people, maybe 10 to 12 people, come together and they discuss the problem. Say onion rate is increasing to 200 rupees. What is the reason? The tomato rate has gone to 250 rupees. Reasons for the rise in the rate of the tomatoes. You have a 12 people, different opinions are collected. Whatever the silly may be the opinion, everything will be taken down and discussed thoroughly. Yeah, and you come to the remove the unclear advices, unclear opinion, then you come to the consensus. So brainstorming is a session where all the 12 people will give their opinion, more than 10 to 12 people. So they come across and brainstorming is the thorough discussion will happen within the organization and they'll come across the solution, consequences. Delphi technique. What is Delphi technique? There is a panel of experts. You have seen TV, news. Yeah, there will be a panel where people will be sitting the other side and they'll be given a problem. Yeah, there will be a problem thrown at them. And it will be discussed thoroughly. All the parties, all the experts, all the strategies, they sit together, public. So the panel of experts, they come together and the decisions will be, yeah, there may be a think tanks as well. Yeah, there is a problem in our organization and you throw that problem to the think tank, they come up with a solution. There is always, every day they will be discussing on the problems in an organization. So they come up with a solution and then they discuss it. And then the problem will be discussed. And then devil's advocate. What is devil's advocate? Say the president of USA has want to take a major decision, maybe regarding the war of Ukraine and Russia, or any decision. He has some person who's called devil's advocate. Before taking a decision, he throws the problem at the devil's advocate. Indian ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ತೆನಾಲಿ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಬೀರ್ಬಲ್, Akbar, yeah, there were people who were very knowledgeable, whose job is to criticize the decision of a decision maker. Yeah, let them know the consequences of the decisions where they take, whatever they take. So their job is to criticize. Yeah, you start from the negatives. You say, I will support Ukraine. You start from the negatives. Yeah, what will happen? All this will be listed down, and finally, before taking a decision, everything will be reviewed, and finally, the devil's advocate will play his role. Yeah, and they may drop the decision, or yeah, based on the consequences arrived by discussing with the devil's advocate. So there was a TV show also in India which was going on as a devil's advocate. They go through the matter in detail, which gives the consequences of yeah, what will happen by taking that particular decision. And the decision maker may change the decision finally because of knowing the consequences. So it was the Krishna Devaraya, Birbal, yeah, the Tenali Ramakrishna, athwa Akbar times, and the Birbal. All these are the people who have played the role of devil's advocate in their kingdom and helped the king to make the right decision without yeah, going through the emotions or the intuitions. So lastly, multiple advocacy. Multiple advocacy is, see, we go to a doctor and they say immediate open heart surgery to be done. We go to the Columbia, Asia, and they say there should be a open heart surgery. And we are shocked, and we just go to another hospital, say Apollo, and we consult another doctor. Will say this is what been suggested in Columbia, Asia, and this is what the reports are, kindly suggest us. He'll say, yes, you have to undergo a surgery. Then even now we are not satisfied. We will go to Narayana Rudalaya and we will show there also. And their doctor says, yeah, not required. That is not required. You can wait. Now also we are not satisfied. Now we will go to another hospital, Jayadeva Hospital. There we will show. Yeah. There are 4 hospitals which have been visited after visiting one hospital, because we don't trust the opinion of a doctor which was given to you in the beginning, advice which was given to you in the beginning. So you have many thoughts in your mind that that hospital is good, this hospital is good, or this doctor is good, or yeah, prejudiced. So you will go to the second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion. So multiple advocacy is when the problem is thrown to you, yeah, you will not rely on only one source. You will try to consult as many as yeah, sources, advocacy, yeah, available to you, depending on your contact, depending on your experience, exposure, resources, yeah, how much you can spend on, how much time you have, yeah, what is the complexity of the work, all this, even in the property issues, yeah, people will go to multiple lawyers, and in the doctors also we'll go to many doctors, education institutions. Yeah, people will consult so many people. They don't trust one, so they want to take from the best of the knowledge. That's what they think. Yeah, the second opinion may not be the best opinion also. Maybe the first opinion may be the best. It may, yeah, it depends on the situation. Finally, we don't know. So it is finally depends upon the type of a problem you have and type of the um, solution which you are looking for. All this may be a multiple advocacy. So brainstorming, where 10 or more people come together and discuss the problem and arrive at the consequences, consensus. And then the Delphi technique is where the panel of experts, where they discuss the problem and finally they arrive at the solution. Devil's advocate is where he is appointed by the decision maker to criticize the decisions of the decision maker to arrive at the decisions. And multiple advocacies, where one or two opinions are taken from the experts and finally you will decide on your own knowledge, and finally you come across the consensus. So finally, be open to the change if circumstances change. Once you make a decision, begin, act. Yeah, boat and rudder effect. The more you send across, it will go ahead. It's not until the boat in the motion that rudder can move into the play, but what does it makes great maneuverability possible. So these are the outcomes of the rational decision making. So we'll stop it here. Thank you very much. Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Anything to add on to the decision making, you can add on. Hope I'm reaching you all. It's the planning and decision making, both to go hand in hand in a job of a manager and an individual and a decision maker. And we have to be cautious when we make the decision, and exhaustive when we make a plan. And we have to make a plan to work by taking the right decisions at the right time. Anything to add on? Thank you very much. You can add.
Ma'am, we could see
you,
in the thumbnails of the slides, we were able to see that case study, a small case study discussion. Can we get to go to that?
I think the time will be over
Just,
by then. I have
yeah,
a
maybe just
story.
a 5-minute discussion.
Yeah. You see, this is a case study for decision making. This was taken from the studies of Stanford University. This discussion between the lawyers on decision making. This was taken and from the Stanford study. There was a train track and the children were playing. Actually, there is decision depends on your level of thinking and your the background, and there is more of human approach to this. The story given is quite interesting and it gives insight into decision making. I think I'll try to complete before 1. Let me go through this. A group of children were playing near 2 railway tracks. One is disused, means it is not working, and other one is operational track. There were 2 tracks. One is disused track and other is operational track. So there was only one kid which was playing in the disused track, and all other 5 kids were playing in the operational track. Yeah, the train came and you were just beside the track interchange. You could make the train change its course to the disused track and save most of the kids. If you change the track of a train to a disused, there will be only one kid will be killed, and other 5 can be saved who are playing in the operational track. However, that could also mean that the lone child playing by disused track would be sacrificed. Or would you rather let the train go its way? Let's make a pause and think what kind of a decision we could make here. See, one boy is correct and is playing in the non-operational track. 5 kids are playing in an operational track and they are wrong. Now the train has come. Where do you send the train? Will you sacrifice one kid who is right, or will you send it to 5 kids who are wrong and playing in the operational track? There are 2 tracks. One is operational, one is disused. One kid is playing in disused track and 5 kids are playing operational track. Now train has come. Now it's your decision to send it to the disused track where you can sacrifice one kid and save 5 kids. But all 5 kids are wrong. They are playing in operational track, but only kid who is playing in a non-operational plan, the track is right. So you think of your...
Maybe in the process of changing the track, if something happens to the entire, then if all the passengers' life would be at risk during the process of changing the track.
Maybe disused track may be not good. The public who are there in the train, the commuters,
yes,
may be
yes,
at risk. Yes. Now that is one option. Because that is not operational. If you send there to save 5 kids, there may be thousands of the commuters who may fall.
Who may fall, yeah. All the passengers.
Yes. All the passengers will be at risk.
At risk.
What are the other options?
Maybe to pull the chain of the train.
See, now we are in a dilemma. There is one kid who is in a disused track and there are 5 kids who are in a operational track. So now if we send the train to the disused track, there is a commuters at risk, and then the kid also will sacrifice. But all 5 kids who are playing are doing wrong by playing in a operational track. So there is no single solution as such, but as the study suggests, the most of the people might choose to divert the train to sacrifice only one child because it is they think that one child was a rational decision than making others this thing. Or have you ever thought that child choosing to play on the disused track had in fact made a right decision to play at the safe place? Nevertheless, he had to be sacrificed because of ignorant friends who choose to play where the danger was. There is a theory called power of association. Even though we have not done anything wrong, there will be a people we are associated with may do wrong and it will impact us also. See, recently, yesterday in newspaper, there was person who was standing and watching the quarrel and he was killed. It was in the Andolana paper yesterday. He was just watching the quarrel and the 2 people who were quarreled, they hit him and he was killed. So the power of association is also matters. The kind of dilemma happens around us every day. in the office, community, politics, especially in a democratic society, the minorities are often sacrificed for the interest of majority. No matter how foolish, ignorant the majority or the far-sighted, knowledgeable minority or everything, it is both-sided. The child who chose not to play with the rest of the operational track was sidelined. And in the case he was sacrificed, no one, actually in this story, no one will be sacrificed. Actually, that because of the here in the, yeah, if the, because of the siren of the train, all the kids will run away from the track at the end. So there will be, no one will be killed in the story, but you have to give a thinking to this solution and think that in this situation in an organization, what will be your decision. So maybe popular decision may not be always right. Maybe unpopular decision may not be always wrong. So it depends on the circumstances. It depends on the people who are involved. So when you make a decision, yeah, we make mistakes. Finally, it cannot be 100% truthful. We do make mistakes because of oversight or because of some human factors, error, repetitions, all this, biased, prejudiced. So whatever the decisions you make, it is always, there is a room for improvement. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hope you understood the spirit of the case, though the solutions are not relevant. The spirit of the case, and you have to give thinking to, you have to just imagine if this is the case, what will happen.
Yes, ma'am.
If we come across this kind of solution, what will happen?